The following tutorial will teach you how to create a test session for the Smarter Balanced assessment. First, you must have your Test Operations Management System TOMS login credentials ready. If you have not received your TOMS login email, please talk with your site coordinator to make sure your account was created. Your account from last year does not work. You will need to set up your password every year. Using any browser, make sure that pop-up blocker is disabled. The following link will help you disable pop-up blocker in Safari, Chrome, and Firefox. Once you've made sure you don't have pop-up blocker turned on, go to the following link. Click on the Test Administrator Interface button. Sign in using your TOMS credentials. Once logged in, you will see the updated test selection screen. The items on the pop-up window are selectable drop-down list. The checkbox next to the Smarter Balanced Summative Assessments should not be checked. Doing so will turn on all the tests available to your students. With all tests turned on, there's a higher chance of accidentally approving an incorrect test. Click on the drop-down button next to the checkbox. This will allow you to select from the ELA or math test. Next, click on the drop-down button next to the type of exam you will be giving. In this video, we will be selecting an ELA test. The next drop-down menu can be selected. Clicking on the checkbox next to the adaptive test will turn on the CAT test for all grade levels. Clicking on the checkbox next to the performance task will turn on all the different performance task types based on the different classroom activities. Students will only be able to see the test they are assigned. Once you have selected the test, click the Start Operational Session button at the bottom of the window. This will give your session ID. For training purposes, I will do this using a practice test. The session ID should be written on your board for all students to see. They will need this during the login process. Please make sure to include the dashes. Students will have to fill in 3 boxes, each separated by a dash. The session ID is unique to the session. During any break where you stop the session and start a new one, you will be issued a different session ID. Now your students can begin logging in. After students select their test, they will reach a page where they will be asked to wait for TA approval. On your computer, you should start to see a number appear next to the Approvals button on the top right. This will refresh every 60 seconds. The Reload button next to the Approvals button will do an instant refresh. To approve students, click on the Approvals button. Here you will see a list of students waiting for approval. The top bar will show you which test a student is about to take. If you selected multiple tests and want your students to start on a particular test, you can deny students that have selected the incorrect test. There is an approval button next to each student, which you can click one at a time. There is also an Approve All button, which we recommend not to use. If earlier steps were not followed and all tests were turned on, approving all will give students access to an incorrect test. Once the students have begun testing, you will be able to track their progress under the Student Status column. In a practice test, it is difficult to monitor as all students are guessed. During the summative assessments, this column is very useful. At the end of your testing session, you will need to stop the session. Once a session is stopped, students will be taken out of the test, even if they were working on a question. When you click on the stop sign, you will be given a warning that you have to confirm before ending the session. Click OK at the bottom of the window. We hope this helps you start and end your test sessions. Thank you for your time.